Hey everybody, I'm Nicole Ricci and I'm rolling out in my very messy 2017 Ram ProMaster City to Key West, Florida. And I have my friend Hunter here with me who came to visit, so let's go check it all out. Oh, flying rooster. It was a Sunday morning, so the first thing we did was go to church. We went to the Key West United Methodist Church. Currently at the Truman Little White House, and I found the president himself. The Little White House is basically just a winter White House for the president, and President Truman wasn't the first to use it. William Howard Taft used it in December 1912, but in 1946, President Truman had finished 19 months in office and was physically exhausted, and his doctor, Wallace Graham, ordered a warm vacation. So he arrived in 1946, and he ended up spending 175 days of his presidency at this house during 11 different visits. And he did a bunch of different, he was working from the White House, so he signed a bunch of different important paperwork and a bunch of different agreements and made a bunch of different legislation here at this house. We also visited the Key West conch blowing greeter, which is that little statue guy. We visited the Key West Lighthouse. We visited Mallory Square. And there is a lot of Cuban population, Miami and the Keys. And so we tried our fair share of Cuban sandwiches. This was Hunter's, and this was my place. I loved my sandwich. Trying a Cuban mix in Key West. Look at that. And then, of course, we made it to the end of the road, end of Highway 1. Made it to mile marker 0, all the way at the end of the Keys. We also visited the southernmost point in the continental USA marker and the Ernest Hemingway house. And so this was the house that Hemingway lived in the 1930s. He wrote a lot of famous books here, including Green Hills of Africa, The Snows of Kilimanjaro, The Short Happy Life of Francis Macomber, and his 1937 novel To Have and Have Not. We also did a little hiking on some nature trails, and then of course visit the beach, the famous Smathers Beach. We spent some time at, walked I think basically the whole thing. And then also, while in the Keys, you need to eat key lime pie. So Hunter got the chocolate covered key lime pie, and I went to Kermit's for the classic slice. Hey everybody, I'm in Key West and life is good. And I just got a slice of key lime pie. Whoa, baby, look at that. About to try my first bite. I've been trying lots of key lime pie flavored things. Oh, I got some whipped cream. Look at that bite. Delicious. We also walked around Duval Street, which had a lot of cute shops. I actually got a Key West shirt. And then we went to Mallory Square to watch the sunset, which was a bit cloudy. But there's still a lot going on here. Lots of street performers. We saw a juggler who climbed a ladder. And then that Duval Street at night is so much fun. Lots of live music. Again, just street performers and lots of people, lots of bikers, scooters. It was a good time. And for dinner, I went to this little shack, the Conch Shack, and had a delicious fresh fish mahi-mahi sandwich. Definitely recommend it. Mahi-mahi sandwich. Look at that fish. So then we drove to Sugarloaf Key, so said goodbye to Key West. We kind of spent a day and a half there, so when I say it's the same day, it's kind of the same day, but it's really not the same day, but it is the same day. All right, look at my cute new shirt from Key West. It's still the same day, and we are headed to Sugarloaf Key, and we're gonna go to a jumping bridge. It's 45 feet high. We have our swimsuits on. Are you ready, Hunter? Mm-hmm. All right, let's go. Although this was a fun jump for a minute, it turned out to be a big mistake for many reasons. One of those being we got probably each over like 100, 200, 300 no-see-em bites. No-see-ems are small little mosquitoes that you can't see them, no-see-em. And they were torturous. They were so itchy. This is the place we think we got them on that walk back. We were all wet. And yeah, man, it was a rough few days after that. Beep. There's my van. Our last stop of the day is the Deer Key Refuge on Big Pine Key, where our campground is. And we did see deers at our campground. They're so cool because they're deers with horns, except small. So it looks like a bug, but it's tiny. Anyways, we're at the Blue Hole, and we're gonna go see if we can see some wildlife. So these are the famous key deer. They're an endangered deer that lives only in the Florida Keys, and it's a subspecies of the white-tailed deer, and it's the smallest North American deer species. There's only between 700 to 800, and they're 24 to 28 inches at the shoulders and weigh only about 65 pounds. So even the bucks are just so short, like the size of a medium-sized dog. We are on to our next key of the day, which is NoName Key. Now here we are at, can you see it? NoName Pub. The NoName Pub is said to have great food, and Hunter has some great stuff. Unfortunately, I didn't. You'll have to ask me for that story because it was a rough night for me. But overall, Hunter and I had an awesome day in Key West, but now it's time for me to brush my teeth and go to bed. So good night. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'm going to be in the Keys for a couple more days, so make sure you're tuned in.